That's fine,
Okay,
dude.
cool. Yeah, I don't know the extent, dude.
Yeah, no. Welcome Friday Thoughts.
What's up, y'all?
At Panda's crib, playing some poker, just having fun. This is Daniella. We're just about to play some Texas Hold'em. Got some topics to run through real quick.
Sure.
First, I just want to get the Eggtober results out of the way. I know the bros have been waiting to hear. And if you think I got your score wrong, just let me know and I'll adjust it. But sitting at the top with 17 eggs, J Hill. Have you ever met J Hill?
Nah.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, he's eaten 17 eggs since Tuesday.
How many is that a day?
A lot.
It's Tuesday? Wait.
3-4 days. Dude.
It's only been 5
4
days.
That's like 4 or 5
4
eggs a day.
days.
That's
pretty.
He ate 5 yesterday.
Yeah, that's about 4 to 5 eggs.
How
a
big
day,
is this dude?
He's not that big. He's like my size but shorter.
I mean,
he's a little bigger, but
I mean, dude, 17 eggs is a lot, man. I get
5
1 dozen
days
of
though.
eggs.
If I eat 3 eggs a day, that's 21 eggs in a week.
That's a lot of eggs.
Yeah, but my man's on 17.
Yeah, that's a crazy amount, dude.
Nah, that's pretty good, man. He's leading?
Yeah, he's leading. Second place
bro.
is my boy Bruce. Bruce on the loose with 14 eggs. Pretty substantial. And then after him is Trev with 11. Not bad. And then Dallas with 8. Steele with 10 because he ate 6 this morning, which was very impressive.
That's a lot.
That's a
lot in one sitting.
It was impressive, man. You know, man's got to eat.
I bet he was in the bathroom for a while.
Yeah, and then
do they eat this with hot sauce?
Yeah, the one.
Do they have preferences as to hot sauce?
They all have different. They all cook their eggs differently and different hot sauces.
More of a Cholula girl with my eggs myself.
True.
Sorry, we're just getting intro to all this, man. Finding out we're a little late to the party, but we're learning, man.
All right, so Dallas with 8, and then Tom with 4, and I might have your number wrong, Tom. So let me know.
Still slacking either way.
And then Drew with 2. That he ate today, and then me and JV are tied at 1. 1 egg per 4 days.
Because you don't like them, right?
No.
Scrambled,
I don't hate
sunny
them.
side up, like no way.
Scrambled, but I like to scramble it myself. I'm very particular with my eggs.
All right, let me ask you a question. How do you scramble them?
Good question.
Yeah, I crack it in a bowl, use a fork, whip it up real nice,
Creamer
and
milk?
then oil in the pan. No creamer, no
Oil.
creamer.
Interesting.
Yeah, usually like olive or avocado oil.
But okay, high heat or low heat?
Medium to low.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's the right
mean?
way to do it.
Because you want it to be able to chill, but it's got to be hot enough so it goes.
Yeah.
See, I disagree with that.
Oh, you do like the slow stir.
Low and slow and constant stir with salt, pepper, a teeny bit of garlic powder, butter, and then I add just a tiny bit of mozzarella in there.
Wow.
You know what?
The fluffiest scrambled eggs that you'll
ever
have.
Give us your best egg.
We'll try them all out one show, maybe.
Dude,
they've been doing
can beat
soft
my scrambled
boils,
eggs.
which is crazy to me.
I love eggs all the ways. I love them runny.
Oh no.
That's the
I
whole
could
list.
never.
That's the whole.
That's everyone participating.
Dang, bro.
Yeah, how do you scramble your eggs would be the question.
Yeah, because most people do add a little milk, right, or a little cream.
It just
Or
fluffs it
cream.
up.
Personally, I add the mozzarella as my cream instead of.
Works too.
Some people have even put half and half, but I feel like that's a little too salty for my taste.
If I'm doing like a breakfast platter, I like it without the fluff. But if I'm doing an omelet, that's when I like the fluff, dude.
But still, low and slow is the name of the game.
Yeah.
That's for everything, man.
Because if you have burnt eggs, they're really gross.
The worst.
Dude,
The worst.
Browned eggs,
Yeah,
not good, man. The smell of it changes.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
All of a sudden turns like bready.
It's crazy how fast eggs cook. Man.
Oh yeah,
it's like.
That's why you got to do it slow. You don't want the sizzle because it'll burn on the bottom.
Like low temp scrambled eggs. I feel like are like the type of shit you get from McDonald's.
Yeah, which kind of eases me out. I'm not really about that.
Like the cream is the fluffy, like spongy one.
Yeah.
And like dude. Without the cream, it's just very flat scrambled. I don't know how to play it.
No, I know what you mean. It's very like cubey.
Yeah,
too. You bite
you
into
can shape it. You can shape it.
Yeah, it's like
It does have its different texture, though. I will say that.
Yeah, I usually stick to just the sausage biscuit at McD's for breakfast because I'm just a plain Jane guy.
Sausage McGriddle.
Dude, I got one of those and it was too
It's
much,
a
dude. The
deal,
McGriddle, I was like, I hadn't got a McGriddle in a long time,
It's good,
and
but
it's a lot.
Also,
it's
here's
actually technically the single highest calorie and most unhealthy food
Yeah.
of all fast food
Yeah,
venues,
dude,
bro.
it's
the what?
so
The sausage
bad.
McGriddle?
The sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle specifically is the most fattening, highest calorie count.
Yeah,
It's the
dude.
All
worst.
right, well,
But it's
Not
fucking
good.
bomb.
here's another little egg
Yeah.
fun fact. The best way to cook your eggs sunny side up in a cast iron skillet is you put it in the skillet so that it is sizzling, and then you put it in the broiler to cook, so that you're
Really?
not constantly like spooning the
Interesting.
butter on top to cook the top of it.
See, I
Comes
do,
out perfect
I
every
do the
time.
steaming method because I like sunny side up. That's my preference.
Oh, like where you cover it with water?
Yeah, you cover it, stir a little bit
That's
of water.
wild.
In there.
Yeah,
I
that's a
love
good way
raw
too.
egg and a raw steak.
I feel like you have to be an adult to enjoy that. I'm just,
Dude,
I'm just still a
this
child.
is one of my favorite things too, is a sunny side up egg in the middle of a pizza, and then you let that, oh my god, it's so good.
I'm
You let
kind
the
of craving
egg run
pizza
all
right
over
now,
it.
man.
Bro, I got food. We can. I got
Okay.
stacks.
Well,
bro.
yeah, we'll get into that later.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
all
you'll be
right.
crunching all over the mic.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
No,
All right,
that's all
Annie's,
good.
let's go.
Annie's up.
For the record, you didn't see my last poker hand, right?
What last poker hand?
Remember when I
Is it one or
folded
two?
before
Your
the
small blind says just one.
I folded beforehand because you raised it?
Don't remember.
I'll tell you after.
Can we do plain Texas Hold'em this time?
No, this is Hold'em. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I'll match.
Oh, going in blind.
Yeah.
Or okay. Oh, so I got to put one
Yeah,
more
if
in.
you wanna-
right?
Yeah, if you wanna play.
You
Yeah,
can
I'll
fold.
stay in there.
All right, cool.
Opened a pack of Pokemon cards earlier. That's on YouTube, so go check that out.
Dude, three diamonds in a row.
Dude, I think it's funny how as we're getting older and like working out is just like way harder.
Dude,
You know
for
what I
me,
mean? I'll put one in.
all right, cool. Call or fold.
Only if you're not consistent with it.
Yeah,
And
That's
the most
thing.
the most important thing I work for a therapy practice for older patients,
Oh, nice.
so like geriatric patients, and the most important thing to extend the longevity of your life is to keep moving.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Honestly, that's the thing I was just about to like. Dude, I'll work out and I'll go on a stretch of working out and I have a good routine every day and I feel bomb.
Yeah.
The second I stop, like less than a week later, my shoulders hurt, like my joints
Yeah,
hurt,
dude, my
I'm just
back.
like-
I've been hurting
that's
my
very
back
temporary, you know.
so
It
much.
is temporary, but then like, and then you get, and then after that you fall into like, I just feel like tight, you know, like I feel like I have.
Do you stretch?
Not every day, but
Do you stretch before and after? That's
of
important.
course, before you work out. But like when you stop working out, I'm saying like you just feel you know, you're just like, man, my back's sore for no fucking reason, you know.
I think one of the important things to like when you go on these like spurts of when you're not working out is to give yourself some grace and like start slow,
Or at
so
least
that you don't
stretch.
shock your body.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, stretch, warm up. And
That's one thing I never do before exercise is stretch.
There came a point when I was.
Except for basketball, because I
you
know
worked pretty
that.
hard on that.
Well, I just know my body's gonna be aching. So it's like if I stretch and it helps it not ache as much at all, I'm gonna stretch.
Would you say it's more strenuous for you to skate or play basketball?
Skate. I'd say
You
skating.
don't stretch before skating though?
No.
What do you do for basketball?
Yeah.
See, that's that.
Yeah.
Shit, bro.
yeah, but again, stretching afterwards is the part that people forget about, because your body's already warmed up and open,
Yeah.
and that's
And
that's where you get the most
Dude,
benefit.
straight shower, straight hot shower after working out, stretching right after that is crucial. That's why I love the hot tub. It's come like snowboard season.
True. Yeah.
But for me, I think I was like 23, 24, 25, like mid 20s. When that point when you like start realizing your body's like going the other way, it's like starting to deteriorate. Not continue to
that's what I'm
develop.
talking about.
Yeah, and that point I was like, bro, I used to be able to. I had this shit called pickle juice, right? It's like a electrolyte.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a good way to hydrate. Actual pickle juice.
No, it's
too.
actual pickle juice, like charged with electrolytes, and has a little bit of honey in it to make it like taste better. But I would snowboard from like get up there 10 a.m. and like just drink beer the whole day.
Yeah.
and snowboard to like 7 p.m. and not be gassed, no cramps, nothing.
Yeah.
Now I ride like 4 or 5 hours. I am beat, bro. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't even do another run, dude.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy.
It's
how, like,
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Once you're in your 30s, it's like, oh man.
Like,
That's why. That's when it like when you hit your 30s is when it becomes even more important.
Yeah.
And it seems counterintuitive that it's like I have to move my body to get more energy because you feel tired afterwards,
Yeah.
but it really does boost you.
What's that?
Yeah, and it's like what's your body's used to. If your body's used to exercising, then it's going to create whatever that energy is needed
Right.
to exercise.
Yeah.
Casey Neistat's. There's like a. What does he say exactly? It's something along the lines of saying that you're too depressed to do anything is like saying that you're too hungry to eat anything.
Yeah.
It's like just get up and go fucking eat. You know, if you're depressed, it's a result of you not doing anything. Just go up and get doing something. You know, even like at work, I talk about like there's two areas. If both levels of like what you can handle, if you're not performing and that sucks, versus like the circumstances suck. The only way to make the uncontrollable better is to make what you can control better, and eventually it'll line up, and there's gonna be that blip where both are great.
Yeah, that's great.
If you don't level out that one side, it's never both gonna be great. You're just waiting for the odds of the other shit to just happen to be great.
Yeah.
And then you're over here sulking in your shit. It's not gonna be twice as good.
That was very well articulated.
So who's got that diamond?
Oh shit. You checked, right?
I checked.
You checked. I'll put you up, bro. I'll put you 10 up.
Oh boy, I'm feeling froggy, people.
So just so everybody knows, there's a bunch of diamonds on the table.
Yeah.
We got 4 diamonds on the
table. It's like, do I have one? I'm gonna fold.
Yeah, he said, no.
We'll never know if one of them have it.
Yeah.
I'll face them. I had a pair. I had 2 pair actually.
Oh yeah, I had an ace as well. Okay.
I beat you with the 4 though.
Oh yeah.
Good fold.
Damn, you showed your hand.
Dude, I haven't played poker in like years. This is awesome,
man.
dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say before was that I got the exact same hand this round as I did the previous round, which was I was like, what?
I'm not superstitious.
This is a sweet table, dude.
Yeah, it's actually our buddy Zach's.
Oh, okay.
He would normally be here. Let's see, he's playing one of
our that's your main homie. I think I saw him. Yeah, he was at Quincy's, right?
Yeah. He was on the other side. Dude, I walked in, and before I saw you, I saw him on my right-hand side. You had just left, like, apparently, like, 10 minutes before.
Oh, this was on Wednesday?
Oh, yeah.
We were watching the O's game where they lost.
They just lost.
It was terrible.
Shit happened, and Zach is sitting there like this.
Dude, I threw my hat.
And I'm like, damn, bro, he blowed his shit. And I look over, I'm like, oh, shit, that's Nick Dunn.
Yeah, he came and dabbed me up.
Pat's like, hey, we're right here, man. I'm like, hold on 1 second, bro.
It was a pretty terrible loss. Let me just say that for the O's fans out there.
Because it's the playoffs, right?
It was a great season, and then they get to the playoffs.
That's what happened last year, man.
That's exactly what happened last year. And you would think that these boys have more experience now.
Real quick. Yeah. I'm a believer in the theory. Let's put it this way. There have been some legacy teams in the LA area. I grew up watching the Lakers. I grew up watching the Dodgers. And of all those legendary teams, they've also had a lot of choke moments, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I believe is the similar side on DC. DC sports, heavy metropolitan sport areas like that.
Yeah, we do choke.
We choke on every fucking sports, dude. Like
basketball, we're awful right now. It's depressing.
Let me just say.
I think it was a blip of radar when we could say we had a great basketball team.
Dude,
it's not a very common thing.
Maybe the Bullets.
Yeah. Since the Wizards, I'd say. Yeah. But because we live in such a high stress level area, like
that's a good theory. Because I've honestly thought of it too. I was like, why are all Washington sports so bad right now?
Well, when do you think people choke? When they're on high stress.
True.
When they lose focus of what
distracted.
Their goal is. They're distracted and they break. So I mean, like, dude, I think about this, right? I remember I used to drive 20 minutes in rush hour from, like, Germantown to fucking, Gaithersburg to, like, Clarksburg.
Yeah.
And I get home in 20 minutes of just, like, bumper to bumper.
Oh, it's the worst, dude.
I get home and I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, fuck this, fuck that. Yeah. And I'm just like, why am I in such a bad mood? And I realized, like, dude, I'm being such a piece of shit because of the traffic I drove through.
Yeah.
I'm already home, bro. You know what I mean? And so,
Moco traffic is the worst.
Yeah, dude. Imagine trying to make it to your game. You're like, dude, 495 is making me late, dude. Fuck
yeah.
I can't throw passes today, dude.
Yeah.
You know, it just fucks with your mood, man.
That's a great point, dude. It's because all the teams that are in California, they're probably like loving their lives
Those
over there.
motherfuckers are out there in that high
and
stress
Florida.
area. Yeah, they're in the same metros at the end of the day, but they're just out there like life's good, man.
They're
you know,
like, yeah,
out here it's like
great food, great beaches.
But I will say, from having moved from coast to coast several times, like the one thing I always feel and have heard before too is like
the seasons.
That's why I love it here. That's why I love it here. As an adult, I'd say I love it here because I think it's a good melting pot, good for experience and culture breaking.
Okay.
But the good thing, grass is always greener, and that's because both sides
I think I take
benefits.
that for granted just because I live in it. You know what I mean? I don't even really think about it. I can notice it's diverse, but I'm so used to it. You know what I mean?
It's all you know.
It's only when you go somewhere else that you really notice it.
You go to bumfuck whatever in like the country.
I love that shit.
All white people.
Yeah, dude. Shit, I just went to.
And there's a scary vibe.
I loved it though. See, my mom and I went out to. We didn't have any plans. Neither of us had plans for Labor Day, so I was just like, "Mom, what are you doing?"
Didn't you go to the Trump Winery?
Yeah, I went to Trump Winery.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She's just like, let's just go somewhere. Like, she wanted to do like some glam, fucking, what do they call it?
Glamping.
Glamping.
Yeah.
When you guys always suggest that we go camping, I'm like, so is there going to be like AC and heating? Am I going to have a mattress?
That shit actually is fire.
You need a good air mattress.
Yeah. But long story short, we ended up just like picking out, like, we were just like Shenandoah Valley. Let's just drive out.
Shenandoah, yeah. Did you camp at low water campground?
We didn't even camp, honestly. I just ended up getting like a Airbnb.
That's sick.
And it was like in the cut of Lynchburg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ironically, we just like were like, hey, let's watch a movie one night. And we were watching Hacksaw Ridge, and that motherfucker Doss is from Lynchburg. So I was like, what are the fucking odds, man? But yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, it's I don't even know what we're talking about. I don't know where he stemmed from.
About being in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, we go to Frederick all the time. That's like the closest.
Frederick's not even the country anymore.
Yeah, but it's still
more
country different than Montgomery County.
For sure.
I mean, you can sense the contrast when you're there.
You gotta get down to like Harper's Ferry side, like Point of Rocks. That's
Point of Rocks is cool.
Or if you go the opposite way and you go to like Bristow, Virginia.
Yeah, Southern Virginia.
Where the hell were we gonna go?
Carolinas.
That fucking stupid saloon. You can smoke inside.
Oh yeah.
Leesburg?
Leesburg is right across.
That's where I got married in Leesburg.
Really?
Yeah. See, that side of shit's tight too, man. I used to talk to
the hills are nice up there.
Dude,
we were literally only gonna go there to smoke inside, just for the record.
We were looking for a bar. Like, where can we smoke inside the bar?
some cigarettes.
By the way, we never ended up going.
But I have been there, bro. It's like
I've been there too.
It's what's it called? But yeah, dude, the fucking like farmland, sticks, trees.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's all like horse country, like where we go to the horse races for the Virginia Gold Cup. That's all the way deep in Virginia and horse country, wine country.
No.
For Preakness?
Oh, see, I don't know why we haven't gone to Preakness as a group yet, because that would be super fun.
Yo, time out.
And we always dress to the nines.
That's what people in their 30s do, I'm pretty sure.
Listen, we take it very seriously. We buy hats. We dress to the nines.
Dude, well, let me jump back one step, because I was bridging with all this. We were talking about fucking glamping, but we were talking
about your
I
podcast.
just lost it again, dude.
You're moving too fast.
I know.
Well, tell me about your guys' podcast idea real quick.
Honestly, dude, it's very preliminary. It's just very something light.
It sounds cool though.
So like right when you walked in, it was the same concept of like, we always just talk about random shit, and it funnels into some like really deeper inner meaning shit.
Oh, okay.
And we were like, we always come out with these like outer scope of views of like how to see it in like a broad perspective. And so
I think it always starts with probably one of my problems.
It usually starts as a joke. We're just fucking around, like talking shit about something, and we're just like, "What do you think that is? Well, why do you think that person did that?" And you really get down to at the end of the day the psychology of it, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These matters all come down to the stance of like, without people, there wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like the real problem is like, or the real thing to figure out is the people's mind that are involved with it.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like, it matters so much if you're good with other people. Because if you're not good and you're like arguing or resentful, it makes your life feel like bad. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like you
right.
have to be like in agreement with everyone around you.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know, man. Like, I think this is my perspective on that side, and like some
Well, not agreement, like you know what I mean?
no,
Just like
in tune,
in tune.
You know, like this is how I always see it. Is like at the end of the day, like and dude, like some call it spirituality, some call it like I don't know. For on the record, I went to school for chemical engineering briefly, dropped out, but I'm a science dude, right? Like, give me proof, give me evidence, give me the shit, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, for me, it's like there is a level of you can think about it like a vinyl, right? A vinyl record, and every circumference is a groove, right? You have your groove. You might be on the wider ring. She might be on the inner ring. I might be in the mid ring. It doesn't matter. But everyone has their groove to follow, and their groove is different.
Yeah.
But when everyone's in tune, that's when everything just starts taking patterns and plays music. It like makes sense. When you're fighting against your groove and trying to hop grooves, that's when everything starts getting out of order. You fuck it up for everything else.
Yeah.
So we are all like one single cell. We have a job. We're important. We have a role to play. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, we're just one cogwheel. We're insignificant to the whole thing. You're still not functional card just by yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to be there to be a functional card as a whole. That's just, I don't know. That's how I look at it, man.
I'm going to deal this time.
No, yeah,
that's a cool way of looking at it, man.
But this is the shit we love talking about, man. And that's where we're like, shit, maybe we should start a podcast too.
You should, man.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, personally, I listen to a lot of podcasts because, I mean, we drive around all day for work, and sometimes music, like I focus more when I can. Plus, it's like an opportunity.
Background. It's great to have that background noise.
See, I'm geeking out right now because I can imagine just from like my patterns, I can imagine like every podcast is going to end with a hard blackout screen cut. There's going to be some point when one of us will be absurdly drunk, just like, all right, cut it right there.
We know we have to get the rights to the Always Sunny music to use it at the end. Is the thing.
I love It's Always Sunny.
Hell yeah!
I saw they're doing a collab with Abbott.
Abbott Elementary, I saw that too.
That's sick, dude.
I love that show. I can't wait for that season to come out. I love it.
Speaking of which, man, I've always been like a hobbyist in like editing videos.
Really? I definitely need help with that, as my viewers know.
Split the dick.
My videos.
That's a hobby, so
could use a little sprucing up.
I could use more practice. So.
Okay, man. Yeah.
My friend TJ does a whole bunch of fucking shit for like mixing his own music and shit. He's into like dubstep and like he's older head.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like techno shit.
Small big.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he was like sending me like ideas of like what he wants, like the background music to the video to look like to the music, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how well I can do it, but let me give it a shot. I'm not gonna charge you anything, but I mean, just want to see.
No,
I can do it, you know.
For sure.
Is this Zach Bryan, sir?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yes. Remember when you didn't want to come with us to the show? And now here he is.
I just didn't want to go on a Monday after we just
yeah, we did. That's fair. But Zach and I are definitely animals when it came to that.
Is it at Merriweather?
No, it was at Capital One.
Oh, nice.
And we had just gone to Lake Harmony and like partied all weekend and then like went straight to the concert on the way back. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to go to work the next day.
That might have been the same weekend I went camping.
What was it?
It was in March. It was your
birthday.
Okay.
Never mind.
Check or bet, sir.
No, shit,
March. I bet it was kind of cold at night in March.
Well, we were inside. It was an indoor show, which is weird. To be at a show like this in an indoor venue is always weird because it's just not the same vibe as when you're outdoors and everybody is kind of like in a more like a, what is that called? Like a coliseum setting, you know what I mean? What is that called?
Oh, man.
Stadium?
Yeah,
because stadium shows are different than like Jiffy Lube, for example.
I guess
there's a word for that.
Stadium. I mean, like stage. Stage is
you raised it?
He called.
I raised 10, so he called. Play on the 10, dog. Give me your money, bro.
I hate poker. And I don't hate poker.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like if we're playing for money, that's when we're just like a lot of money. That's when we're just like, all right, everyone focus. Like
we are good. All good on bets.
We're not friends anymore.
Right. Like, for the time being, you're my enemy, dog.
Damn, I got 3 clumps.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to see, man.
My last topic was, wouldn't it be fun to create a dating show for like one of your friends?
See that? It's funny because so I don't know if you're aware. Have you heard of Love is Blind?
Oh, yeah.
So you know that Love is Blind DC just came out.
Yeah, the one guy from Damascus is on it.
What one guy from Damascus?
I want to say his whole government, but he's one of the Knicks.
No
shit.
way.
Yeah.
Okay, this is hilarious because, okay, hear me out.
Yours, Nick Dunn's true.
So
Yeah.
all my friends wanted me to try out for this show, and I was like, there's no way that my dating life is already bad as it is. Like, I don't want the whole world to see it.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be for Netflix.
Okay, so that's a
consumers.
thought I had when you were talking about Love Is Blind earlier, right? It's like,
have you not watched it, dude?
I don't know. I mean, I know of it. I've heard of it, and it's popular shit. But
I was telling him about the season because I was watching it before I came here.
Yeah.
And I literally told him, I was like, these people are pissing me off. Like, I can't keep watching this. And then I left.
This season's been a little boring.
Well, I was
It's
not
unfortunate.
impressed by the cast.
Yeah.
I think that, I
like the one football guy, kind of.
the football guy is Nick.
He's one of the Knicks, yeah.
He said that he played for the XFL and he was going to be a kicker for the
I got a buddy that
NFL.
runs the XFL. Like, if you guys ever want to go to games,
Dude, I would go to a Defenders game.
Yeah, I got
100%.
plugs.
dude.
Okay, wait, stop.
Yeah.
Who, you just raised it?
raising another 5.
And you're next.
Oh,
Oh
dang,
shit, my bad.
dang,
I'm raising
dang,
another 10. You have to go.
dang.
You have
Bro, I'm folding. I'm out.
to go at least big line of
Playing it safe.
You said 5?
10.
That's why they call me No Guts Nick.
Yeah. But see, okay, so back on that subject of like dating shows and shit like that, like, it's a pool of specific people the way I look at it because you have to be willing to broadcast your fucking relationship.
Yeah.
And that's a very I don't know, I'm very selective on like who even my friends know about my fucking like dating life, you know?
Yeah, and it makes you think that maybe they have a different reason. Like they
Which
just
Which
want
has
to
been a
get
thing in the
exposure.
past seasons,
you know?
by the
What
way.
is the common denominator in those groups of people?
Yeah.
So you're good on bets, right?
I'm good, yeah. We'll call it check.
Oof, glad I'm folded. I knew I shouldn't have even called you in the first place. I was like, oh, this is great, dude. We used to play poker in my barn. You remember my parents' old house, dude? Remember that big red barn? Yeah, we'd play poker in there. It was sick.
Poker is one of those traditional
Smoke our
things.
corncob pipes.
Yeah.
It was legit.
In the barn.
It was sick, dude.
All right. I'm going to show anyway just because I did have something. I did not have that flush, though.
But
I had 2 pairs.
Yeah, ace, queen. I don't blame you.
But I...
All right.
I can't.
Yeah, because if you wanted, you could totally just bluff us out. Because we suck.
You know what I think would be a cool concept for a dating show, and I don't know if this is legal or not.
Legal or
Yeah,
not?
and hear me out. This is why I don't know if it's legal. So nobody has really done this, but I think it would be way more interesting, sort of in the concept of Love Is Blind, where you do different cities, and you would have a guy and a girl and their experience on dating apps. Okay? So, like, you would go with them, you would see their matches, and, like, you would, would see who they go on dates with, and then, like, how it plays out.
That would be very relevant in today's dating world. I will say that.
And as a girl who's gotten kicked off of 2 dating apps, I think this would be really interesting.
That's... Man, dude, not to get, like, super, like...
But see, is that legal? Because, number one, you would have to get permission from the dating apps.
Well, you're signing off rights for all the other shows.
But it may present you in a bad light, like, for example, like Hinge. Like, if something happens and, like...
Bro, there's docuseries about serial killers. Like, you
Yeah.
sign off on that shit, too, man.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of, like,
Facts.
would you be able to show... Would you have to put people's fake names? Would you be able to show their faces?
If they're not willing to, release their identities and shit.
But
sure.
but how would they know if you're matching with them on an app? You know what I mean? I mean for the person that you would be dating, because like the main character, like let's say the main character is you, and you're swiping through, and you're like, oh, there's
they probably blur their faces out.
Tina, Maria, and
probably.
Jackass in the early 2000s.
But you know what I mean? I think now that would be something that I would watch.
It would be interesting, but so this is where I was getting at it. This is where I'm talking about like the conspiratorial side of like that's the poison and the brainwashing shit that like started with MTV back in the early 2000s.
Dude, MTV was crazy back then.
This is the Marias.
This is the Marias. I was guilty of that shit. I used to watch that shit. I don't know why.
What,
Parental
reality
control,
shows? Oh,
fucking,
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah,
Next.
parental control is
Yeah, but those were like
dude.
those were
I
the
watched all
early
that shit.
reality shows
But
that
that's what I'm
were
saying, is
reality.
shows are fucking like a guise in like a way to like ploy the mind of like, let's be honest, the whole virtual dating cycle, in my opinion, is toxic as fuck.
Of course it is. It's the
And to
death of
promote
humanity.
that through, like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
like let's watch people go through that dating. Like that's what people want to watch because it's relevant in today's
Yeah,
time.
Well, and they can
exactly.
relate to it.
And they can relate to it, and that's what people want. They want justification in their guilt, right?
And that's one of the things I was saying about this most recent season of Love is Blind. Like, I haven't finished it yet, but I can say that it is a very accurate depiction of what it is like to date
People
in
are
the DMV
entertained by
right
that
now.
shit, but that's the power of entertainment and media nowadays. It's
Yeah.
brainwashing us, bro.
Yeah, but
like, when's the last time you saw a whole bunch of kids in someone's neighborhood woods just throwing sticks and rocks? Like, that's what I did as a
I'll
kid.
tell you where I just read an article about how
This
kids did
generation's
that
soft.
I just
spit on your bruise, dog.
No, I just read an article about how there were kids playing outside in like a cul-de-sac in North Carolina because the power was out and that's all they could do.
Isn't that crazy? That's
Dude, when the power used to go out, that was actually fun.
Dude, I remember
Yeah.
during Hurricane Katrina when it was fucking like thunderstorm, we were pool hopping and the parents
Yeah.
were like, "You're gonna die!" And I'm like, "Dude, this is cool, man."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like which hurricane? I think it was
Am I big
Isabella.
Isabella, yeah, I think that was like
Remember
the
that?
early, latest 2000.
I'm big or
Yeah.
small?
You should be small. I should be big. All right.
So I got a call.
Oh yeah, call 10.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
2 play.
So burn.
Yep. 3 out. Dude, these suits are relentless, man.
Yeah.
Your bet.
I'll bet. No.
Has to be at least 10
Oh really? All right, I'll bet 10.
because the big blind's 10. You can only bet the minimum.
Damn it,
Oh,
I
I
would
didn't
really
know
like
that
to
rule.
see the next card.
Well,
Learn-
you got to pay to play.
Learning
dog.
new rules.
Pay to play.
Maybe we should switch.
All
Maybe we should switch positions.
right. Burn one and next out. That's the next turn. Ooh.
I don't know.
Oh, we got the poker guide.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a side bet and say that the next cards are red. It's gotta be a heart or a diamond, but your bet.
All right, I'm gonna bet a red.
10 up.
Call.
I'll bet that too.
All right.
Burning
This is
river.
the river. Oh,
I told
you
you.
won your side
I
bet.
know. It's who's paying me, bro?
Pied Piper.
You're right.
All right. I'm gonna bet a blue.
Oh shit.
Bro,
You went up 20.
you got a king, bro? You got a queen? You got a 10?
Tell her. Yeah, that way I can pull.
I wanna see what he's
You wanna
got.
see? You wanna see?
I wanna see.
I pull. Play and see if I pull.
Yeah, I got 2 kings.
Damn! Wow! I knew I shouldn't have kept betting, but I was like, on the 2 pair, I would really like to see. Oh, man.
Thank you,
Damn, I
guys.
immediately lost all my money almost.
All right. Okay,
I started off on a high note.
Rewind. Go back to like 6 minutes. I wrote it down to remind myself, but just to recap on that subject, the whole like grass is greener on the other side, living on both sides, and haven't seen shit. What I was gonna get at is like in the West Coast, like you could be at a coffee shop, you could be going on a jog, and the person you bump into will always wave hi. They'll always talk to you. They're gonna seem interested. So it feels like you make a really good friend like right off the bat, which is great, you know, and that's why people live so happy-go-lucky, you know. And I guess this is the same subject of like sports stress and shit.
Yeah.
But on the East Coast, the flip side is like, sure, you can make your best friend at the coffee shop down the street in like a matter of like the first encounter.
Mm-hmm.
East Coast people are a little bit more reserved and more cautious and like opening up.
You think that's all the East Coast? Because in the South, it's not like that. South people are way more
No,
warm.
Yeah,
but
Northeast.
but they're way
They're
don't
more
wanna say-
warm and open.
I don't want to say. I would say they're more cliquey, not cliquey, but they keep to their own kind and mind their own business. Out west, like even if you have disagreements, you're still gonna be like buddy with them. And that's what I'm saying is like out here, people follow their crowds, and that's why the difference, the benefit is it takes more to break down their barriers and get them to open up and accept you as like someone they actually care about.
You think that's true?
But they care about you deeper.
Let me ask you a question. What happens if you're out west, let's say Seattle, for instance,
Okay.
and you are not you are anything but left leaning, you think they're going to be as open to hear you out?
I don't think it has anything to do with politics at the end of the day. I'm just saying, like,
Well, values.
not even because I would say I have some friends that have very great values. It's just more of culture. I think it's just the way people interact. Because out here, you go on a jog, and sometimes you wave at the person crossing your sidewalk on the same side. They won't even fucking acknowledge you.
Yeah.
Well,
They
that
look
I can
down at the
agree
ground.
with for sure.
And that's what I'm saying is, like, out west, every person you wave at, like, hey neighbor, how you doing? You never fucking known that
But I
guy's
feel like
name.
that's what I'm saying about the South. I feel like that is like you go in an elevator, hi, good morning.
Well, but
here
you go
everybody's
down in the South and you don't fit the profile of what they culturize down there. You're gonna be like, they're not gonna give you shit, but they're gonna ignore you. They're not gonna welcome you until you prove them otherwise.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have. I guess my experience is a little different. But.
Yeah, and yesterday my car just didn't start. My battery was like dead or whatever. So I was waiting for Kayla to come pick me up, but not one person. So many people drove past me. People were parked right next to me. Nobody even looked at me.
Acknowledge you.
I was like, dang.
But that's the thing, and this is where I think
people
the psychology
are cold.
Of it comes from. Is out west, it's like it's so important to be like, and this is the new culture versus the old American culture, right? Like out west came out like in the 1800s. Gold Rush started expansion of the U.S.
Yeah, people died trying to get there.
Well, I mean, the railroad didn't get established till like the late 1800s. You know, or maybe
I think you're right.
Pretty sure about that. Double check me on that. But point being is like the new world culture is like all about like developing, you're starting fresh, so like you need the coalition of your neighbors. Out here you're defending your establishment, so it's more of like, if I care so deeply about 3 people where it takes all of my energy and my free time, rather than like lightly caring about 100 people on surface level, it's like, that guy knows everything. He's the mayor of Quincy's. Zach, shout out to you. But you know what I mean? And that's the illusion of it, where it's just like you seem like the guy that like is the guy that takes care of everything. That's the illusion of our politicians nowadays, right? Versus the guy that really genuinely cares is like, I'll dump out my bank account. I'll take a bullet for those 3 people specifically. Right. It's more exhausting to folks, and that's why people are like, I don't have time for this shit. You know, so I understand it. I've become that person too. I've become an East Coaster as I've gotten older. Now I'm just like, yo, all those people that I like kept on the edge of like friendship, like I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can invest in them anymore because I care about the people that stay in my ring. And that's, shout out to Tom on this one. Like, I met you guys like in high school, you know?
Yeah, way back.
The weird thing is, I would see Tom out the blue periodically. Like, it was like a fucking universal check-in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, just go see how Tom is. He's walking by to the opticians while I'm working at my parents' water store type shit.
Isn't it funny how there are certain people, like specifically from high school,
keep showing up,
and it's just the specific ones.
Yeah.
Like, that happens to me too, and like, I kid you not, this
God's
was somebody,
plan, man.
It's God.
This was somebody that had like a really big crush on me, and I never gave them the time of day, and
that's funny.
See them. Yeah. And this guy's a firefighter now, and I kid you not, I have randomly showed up at like Target or H Mart or whatever, and this guy is on calls, and I'm like, hey,
you know,
this has happened to me like 5 times since graduating high school with this dude.
If we want to get down to like the now, like the focus of like the now moment, like this podcast wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for that random run into Tom periodically, and then me reconnecting with Nick through.
So
Tom again,
what year did you graduate?
2011.
He went to Damascus.
Yeah.
Oh, so do you know? Actually, he might be a little older, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of old.
Do you know? I don't want to mention names since we're being recorded.
Let's not drop whole governments.
He would probably actually appreciate the name drop because I wasn't very nice to him.
Shout out to random guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to beep.
Yeah.
Bro, I keep getting the same hands over and over again.
Told you we should have switched seats, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, at this point, do I make another espresso martini?
What time is it? I would take one if it's not too late. Yeah, I'll take one. I got an hour and a half.
All right. Well,
we're going to start winding down.
I think I'm going to wrap this thing up, but I appreciate you guys for being on it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, bro.
Excited to continue playing poker with you guys.
I was going to say, we got like 3 hands, man.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Deuces.
Man. Peace out.